everybody, it's your girl Heidi Time, and on today's episode of Time with Time, I want to scream, but I'm gonna contain myself and be professional. We have the one, the only, I'm going to let him say his own name, but we have the one, the only, I call him Baddest, I call him Boss, I call him Badu, and he goes by the name of
Willbeatz. It's Willbeatz. They give me body signal. My friends tell her no. She tell them hold on. Say she wanna push on. She wanna give the boy a
Willbeatz.
Willbeatz.
I have to Willbeatz.
No, I'm kidding. Just Willbeatz. You have to.
So give me other jobs so just to tell me I can do whatever.
Heidi, you just like to hype me. I don't know why.
I like to have it because you're Willbeatz. Do you know how
I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much actually.
I know.
I know always, just hype you down, but
So you said hype me down.
you just hype me all the way up to the level where you're just like, okay, Heidi. Okay, thank you.
Oh, well, you're welcome. That would be $3,000. I'll spend cash anything. We'll accept anything on time.
I get rejected that because it's worth it.
Oh, on camera, it's worth it, right? Boom. Let's get right into this. Willbeatz. Where did the name come from? I can guess, but where did it come from?
Willbeatz, that came later on to my career when I started with music production.
Okay.
Probably like about 4 or 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I started producing way beyond that, but I still had DJ people because I used to DJ before.
Okay.
And when I used to DJ, my name was DJ Bigwo, and then eventually I started producing, and the name didn't match, so I had to create something different to differentiate Willbeatz from DJ Bigwo from Willbeatz. Since,
okay.
It's two different things. So Willbeatz. My first name is Godwill.
Godwill. Yeah. I would never have guessed. Okay. What's your last name? Don't know.
I should say it. Oh, my last name is Ngwana.
Ngwana. Godwill Ngwana.
Godwill Ngwana.
Bamenda.
Bamenda boy.
Like if you hear Bamenda names, you can just like tell. It's like there. Like you can't even second guess. It's just like there. But how did you get into producing?
I think it came naturally because I used to play the keyboard at church.
Okay.
So I used to program beats on the keyboard.
Oh.
That way I can play the beat. I can just run the beat throughout the church sessions, and then I would play the piano on top of the beat so people can sing. So since I can't, hit the drums and play the keyboard at the same time. So from there I eventually developed the habit. I actually moved on to the computer, but the whole inspiration behind it was listening to beats. When I listen to songs, I listen beyond just how it sounds, or beyond just the music, right?
Okay.
Different people have different ways they pay attention to things. I pay attention to things in details.
Okay.
And when it comes to music itself, I pay attention to the engineering of it. The beat always just makes me feel like I would listen to songs, but then I would go back to YouTube and just listen to the beat itself.
Oh wow.
Like sometimes I'll just listen to the beat itself, and that would give me enough satisfaction. So from there I just developed the habit to start making, independently making beats and on my computer, and initially I didn't know how I wanted to go with it.
Okay.
I didn't know if I wanted to take this serious or I wanted to just play around. But then eventually everything just works out because it just grew with me. Eventually I moved from step to step to step, and it got me to where I am now.
Where are you now?
Oh, I mean, I'm here with you. I mean,
That's
you know, to be here with you, it means that, you know, maybe I'm somewhere.
You are somewhere. Let me ask you, because like you said, I hype you up. Like when I talk to you, it's like when I talk, it's always like Heidi, like thank you, like you know, like I'm not that, but I feel like you're super great. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even just saying that just on camera, but I've told him behind the scenes. I've told you in private and all that. Because I really do think you're very, very talented. So when I ask like career-wise, where are you in your head? Because like you said, you listen to music differently. You listen to way more beyond like the words and all that good stuff. I'm a fan. I just listen to music. I like the beat, boom, da da da. I don't know anything about engineering or the process or the producing. But you as a producer, where do you see yourself career-wise? Like what level do you think you are on? You know, just in your own head.
To me, right now, I feel like I'm just starting off.
Okay.
I feel like I'm starting off something different, right? I feel like I'm creating a different space for music that has not really been introduced. Because when I make music, I feel like I've tried to make music to sound like other people, right? And that's failed me so many times.
Okay.
So in the event of doing that, I try to be very subjective with the kind of music I do, and it ended up turning it. Initially, I didn't like it, but then from the feedback I get from around, people love the sound that I make. So now I tend to, you know, invest more time on that and make more, you know, just like more stuff that's coming from my own creativity.
Right.
So I feel like where I am right now is a space where I can develop more, you know.
Okay.
I can use that because I can use that to, you know, to be more creative. I feel I'm somewhere, right? But I feel like I can be greater. You know, I know, not that I feel like, I know I can and I will be greater because this is just like the foundation of what I'm trying to accomplish. So I feel like in the next few, can't even say year or because music has no time, right?
Right.
So tomorrow I can do something
Right.
that, you know, can
Exactly.
be different. So I feel like with what I'm working on and the stuff that I have that is not even out there yet, you know, I think the world will be surprised.
Oh, I like it. Surprises. I love surprises. Now let's get into kind of like your crew, right? I would shout out to J Cube and Hamid, of course. I call them your sons. I don't know why. They're probably just like, Heidi, my name is J Cube and it's but I mean I do know them personally, but I say those are Willbeatz sons, right?
Yeah, it makes sense.
The last EP that you guys put out, The Future, I think those were some beautiful, like super, super beautiful sounds and all that good stuff. There's 2 songs on there that I don't know, J Cube, let me speak directly to you until you're able to sit on the couch with me. The day I'm getting married, wait, let me rewind. When I'm getting proposed to, by God's grace,
Amen.
Tonight, no wait, I want you to sing All Mine at the proposal and then tonight at the wedding.
Tell me what you wanna do tonight, tonight. Baby, would you come on the dance floor tonight, tonight? I wanna see you on the dance floor tonight, tonight. Would you show me what to do tonight, tonight? I like the way you move from the left to the right.
Now back to them, right? What's the studio process? What's the process with you guys in the studio? What's your process in the studio?
Being in the studio is something that, you know, you can't put a price on.
Right.
You can't put time on it neither. You know, you can't put a limit to it, right?
Right,
as
of course.
As to, you know, what you can and cannot do, or
Right.
who, or, you know, whatnot. But shout out to JQ, shout out to Hamid. There's a, you know, very talented kids.
Oh, they are.
They make me greater, and as much as great they are, we make a very great team.
You do.
And when we get in the studio, I'll use them as an example, right?
Okay.
Jacob and Hamid, or either one of them. Every time we get in the studio, you know, it's always magic. That's what we say, right?
Right.
It's always magic because the what we create it is never any anticipation as to this is what we're trying to come up with. It's always we put in mind that we want to make something good.
Right.
But when we get in the studio, the vibe that we get off of, you know, either off of a track that I laid on, or you know, JQ can just start freestyling, or Hamid can start freestyling, and I can go off of that vibe.
Okay.
So it's never anything like, alright, we're here now, let me start doing this, doing that. No, it's never any procedure. So sometimes I go off of the vibe from either one of them. Sometimes they go off of the vibe from me.
Okay.
And either way, I think we always end up making some dope stuff. And it's never really off of, it could be off of a session.
Okay.
It could be off of a couple sessions. It could be off of a couple days.
Okay.
You know, but we always try to make something that is good. Otherwise, if we don't feel too comfortable with it, we don't put it out.
Okay.
We come back again and make sure that it's, you know, sufficient enough.
Baby, give me your usual. Me no time for the temporary. I dey give on the regularly. Sure you go give me your usual. Oh yeah.
There's one word that I like to use when I listen to your stuff and you guys' sound. It's unique. I think that's one word that every time I listen to a Willbeatz thing, or a JQ sound, or a Willbeatz beat, or like a JQ sound or Hamid sound, there's something unique about the way it sounds and the way they flow. Like, I don't really think they would work as well as they work with you. Like you said, you're like a brotherhood, you're a team, and you guys do work well together. Now, you've worked with, of course, JQ, Hamid, you've worked with Olamide, you've worked with Chico B, you know, the list goes on and on and on. What does it take to get Willbeatz to produce a song?
What does it take for me to produce a song? As in,
like, what do you have to see in that person? Like, what does that person have to bring to the table? I'm not talking money wise, of course. He is expensive, but I can give you a discount. But what does that person have to bring to the table for you to be willing to work with them?
well, first of all, right, I say this most of the times, right? Vibes, good vibes especially is good, right? Good vibes means, you know, how the connection between whoever you're working with and the environment around whatever you guys are working on.
Correct.
You know, sometimes the things that matter when it comes to creativity, right? Mm-hmm. The environment matters, the people around, you know, the work that's being created, and whoever it is that I'm working with. So for me to have that, you know, that vibe with you, I can get basically I can work with anybody. I can get in the studio and work with anyone, right? Okay. But for me, it's not about working with anyone. It's about making some, you know, something unique and something good. So for me to accomplish that, I have to make sure that, you know, you understand the concept of just being great, right? Right. Which means you have to be. I don't want to say that you have to be good, because creativity is never really from someone. Something good never comes from. Don't necessarily come from someone who is already great. Right. You know, you might get something great from someone nobody even knows, or you didn't even know that they have it. That's true. So I've been in a studio with people that you would never like initially tell that, oh, you know, this person has a potential. But most times I can tell from having a conversation. Initial conversation and analysis with someone, because to work with someone I have to sometimes listen to what they've done, listen to what they're trying to do, and make sure that they're actually serious about doing it. Music is something that no one can play with. Don't play with music, you know, never. And if we have to get in the studio, you have to make sure that you're actually serious on carrying on, and you're somewhat capable of, being creative or actually learning, trying to learn. The thing one of the most issues I've had with people is that most people think that they know enough, that they cannot take more. Once you do that, it's like, if you're here, you just block everything that might be coming in from someone else, from you. Not that I know more than anybody else,
right?
But I think any input from left and right can help you be greater.
Right.
So you have to be open-minded. You have to be very, very objective to sound and to different ideas.
I agree.
Yeah.
So I've named only Nigerian. But man, boy, wait, what is the catch? Your drip is like the most people you've worked with are Nigerians. I feel like, I might not know, but I feel like. So my question to you is, why more Nigeria? Is it because the Cameroonian artists are not reaching out to you, or because I feel like that's one of the things, they just don't reach out to people. That's a failure on our part as Cameroonians in total, it was in general.
Mm-hmm.
But why are you drifted more towards the Nigerian crowd?
Well, it's not like, okay, let me be clear, right?
That's a fixed close. Let me hear.
To be honest, let me confess, right? A lot of people come to me, with questions like this, and because that's how they feel.
Right.
I can't blame anyone for asking me questions like that, because they see me working with more Nigerians.
Right.
But that's not the case. I don't scout for Nigerians to work with. I don't only select Nigerians to work with. I work with artists from different countries. I've worked with, I can say that, I've worked with, artists from all across the world.
Okay.
Most countries,
Okay.
people reach out to me online from different countries to work, and most of the work sometimes you make it blows up, there, and people might not know of. I have worked with some some Cameroonians.
Okay.
And we've made some good songs. I've made some good songs with Cameroonians. But what I feel like, the thing with
Are you with the answer?
when I say it, the way you just anyway. It's not like I don't like to work with Cameroonians. I love Cameroonians.
Of course.
I love my people. I like to work with people that I'm more comfortable. I'm honestly more comfortable with Cameroonians than working with them. I did a song with Magasco. It's called Bella.
Adiala mami yo, Adiala mami yeah. Baby you the turn my freak out.
Which turned out really good.
Adiala mami yo.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I have other Cameroonians reach out to me, but the thing that people fail to understand sometimes is when it comes to music, right? And you have to treat it like you treat any other thing out there, any other profession out there, because music, like I said, music is not something you play with.
I'm going to end here for part 1 with Willbeatz, right? And when part 2 comes through, we'll answer every other question that artists could have, and we have some questions from artists and all that good stuff. But like I said, there'll be a part 2 from Mr. Willbeatz himself. Before we go, I need you to tell them where they can find you, email, social media handle, Instagram, all that good stuff. The floor is yours, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Heidi, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here with the ultimate Heidi.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Of course.
To reach me, I respond more to emails than anything else. I've had a lot of people with DM me on Instagram, but that's one thing too. People they don't know how to
right.
They don't know how
approach
to approach
you. Right.
send me an email with with the appropriate subject line, something that when you look at, you know that someone is serious to actually do the work. So email me at willbeatsrecords@gmail.com, or you can reach me on Instagram. You can ping me on Instagram at willbeatz_.
All his info. Did I cut you short?
No.
Okay. All his info, of course, we listed below, so you actually have the correct spelling, correct handles, and all that good stuff, so you can reach him. And like you said, don't DM him. It doesn't go down the DMs. That's not how it works in this industry as a producer. But emails will work just fine. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we will sign out. I am Heidi, and this is Time with Time, closing out with the one and only
Willbeatz.
Yes.
Thank you.